I'm here with Rhett Butler, talking about his ESO, one of the most amazing cars built in the era in the 60s. Corvette engine car, correct?
It is. It's a Corvette 327, and they were also built later with Corvette 350s, 427s, and 454s. And some Cleveland Ford 351.
There were Ford versions? I had no idea.
At the end of the production run, I suspect it had something to do with the credit and GM's end of things, but they were also pretty good cars. You can tell the Ford cars because they have a little pagoda on the top of the hood here to get the
420 didn't quite fit.
The taller engine in. Also, the 427 cars have that type of pagoda too. This 327 car, nice clean lines from front to back.
It's magnificent. Obviously, very, very limited production. 400, 500?
412, and that was over a 10-year production run from 64 to 74. Actually, 63 was when the car was built for the Torino Auto Show and went into production in 64. This is number 32 on the production run.
Wow, now this is a Bertone-bodied car?
Yes, done by Giorgetto Giugiaro when he was with Bertone, and he did it right after the one of the Ferrari. No, he didn't get into Ferraris. He did the Maserati Ghibli.
He did the Maserati Ghibli.
That was the car right after this car, and it slips me what he did right before this one.
Oh, that's okay. He's got an incredible track record. So, and obviously, this is clearly one of them. Was Bizzarini involved in these cars?
Yes, Bizzarini did the chassis for this car, and he did all of the running gear, but not the engines, of course. And he later built some competition versions of it called the A3C ESO initially, and then was allowed to use his own name. So the Bizzarini and the Bizzarini Strada and 5300 were the racing versions. They're built on the same basic chassis with the same engine, but much more race applied.
I have been told that many of these cars have been seen going well over 100 miles an hour. I hear they're quite very good handling cars. Is it?
They do handle very well. It's a Dadione rear suspension, which adds an awful lot to it. It's got twin trailing arms and a Watts link setup running the Dadione, inboard mounted. This one has Dunlop brakes on it. Some of them have Girling brakes on them also. And the front end is a twin wishbone and has very nice handling characteristics, although it's manual steering, and so it's a lot of turns lock to lock, and it is a little bit of a...
You have to get your shoulders into it?
Parallel parking is a little bit of a chore, but it handles very nicely out on the road. It's been known to make it from Phoenix to Los Angeles, from the edge of one city to the edge of the other, in about 3.5 hours before.
That's pretty amazing. I've said I've never seen one going slow, I can tell you that. Well, it is absolutely fabulous. And you've owned this, you said, 30 years, over 30 years?
37 years. I acquired this car in 1976 when I was a fighter pilot training F-15 pilots. The squadron commander of the German squadron came over with this car and tried to sell it while he was there, and when he was finished with his checkout, he was going back, and I made him an offer, and I've owned it since.
That is absolutely fabulous story. Car's magnificent. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your interest.